M&J Video Games and Collectibles. Sport and non-sport cards, wrestling items, autographed items. We buy, sell, and trade. M&J Video Games and Collectibles, located at 1049 Queen Street, Southington, Connecticut. Call us at 1-860-479-9223 or 860-93-GAMES. M&J Video Games and Collectibles.
Talk about making a sharp right-hand turn. We've had Greg Gagne on. We've had Brian Blair on the show. We love both of them. It was awesome to finally get Greg on recently on Monty and the Pharaoh. You guys can look that up in the library. But both of them have said that they think they're teaming. Their one common bond is you, obviously. They're teaming with you. Their version, whether it was Killer Bees or Highflyers, their version should be in the Hall of Fame. So I'm going to put you on the spot. You have to choose one of the two. Which one of the two does Jumpin' Jim Brunzell pick between the choice of Gagne with the Bees, with the Highflyers, or Blair with the Bees? What do you say?
Jimmy, I'll tell you, it was very hard. It was a different situation with each teammate. When I wrestled in the AWA with Greg, you couldn't have a bad match. We had great talent to work with, and we made them look good. They made us look good. And consequently, we had 5-6 years of tremendous following and making money. Then when Brian and I get to the WWE, nobody wanted to put anybody over or sell for them because they were afraid they would look bad. So it was like it was like going to the dentist without Novocaine and getting 2 teeth pulled every time you worked in the WWE. So it was hard. Brian and I should be in the WWE Hall of Fame, and I will say this, it's my fault that we're not, because Vince McMahon and I never got along. I didn't like him one bit. I made it known to him that, we sued him for $100,000 and we won because he in our original contract, we were supposed to get 25% of the gross from outside income. And this was the first dolls that they came out with, the action figures.
Okay.
He paid us 8% of the net instead of 25% of the gross. He owed, there was probably 12 guys he owed hundreds of thousands of dollars to.
Well, Jim, let me ask this question though. What's more important, $100,000 or being in the Fugazi Hall of Fame? Which one do you choose?
Well, I take $100,000, and that's what I told Brian. But Brian says, for some reason or other, Brian thinks, God, the Hall of Fame. I says, well, we'd be going in with? We'd be going in with Liberace, and then Mike Tyson, and Muhammad Ali, and then
Corey Wilson.
But to be not joking around anymore. Me and Jimmy were speaking about this. You're one of the greats in the profession, and right. Obviously it's about making money. But at the end of the road, you do want to be recognized in something like that as being one of the all-time greats. I do understand that. Would you agree?
I agree. I don't think the WWE is a great account of that, because, like I said, they gave people that never wrestled. Yeah, the Rock and Roll Express were good, but they never wrestled in the WWE.
Right.
And they get there, and it just I don't know. It's just something. Brian and I and Greg and I are also in the Iowa Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. Dan Gable, and it's Lou Thez and George Tragos, and then we're in the Canadian Hall of Fame. We're in the Cauliflower Alley Hall of Fame, and actually the only other thing that means anything is the WWE. And the reason why it does is because they pay you $10,000. They give you $10,000, and then they fly you in, and they make a big deal, and you give a speech, and blah blah blah. So
yeah, unless your name is Wahoo McDaniel or Bruiser Brody.
Yeah, that's right.
And they slip you in. Then they slip you in through the back door and don't notify any of the families.
Oh, I know it.
Guys, I got to slip in a question from a fan. Phil DeCesare, he's asking out there. He's putting you on the spot, Jim. So I don't, this is a tough one. He says, Jim, why didn't you answer the letter I sent you when I was 12 years old, 5'3" and 120 pounds, when I wanted to be a wrestler? How come you didn't answer his letter?
Oh my God, Phil! What the hell, Mr. President?
Well, here's the deal. I forgot most of what happened yesterday, and that must have been years ago. But it's funny. I answer a lot of letters that I get.
Wow,
weekly.
You crushed Phil's hopes and dreams. What's going on here, Mike?
Here's the deal. What bothers me the most is I get fans who write me, a nice letter, and then they say, "Can you please send me an autographed picture?" But then they don't send a return address with an envelope on it. And then I give them, I wind up sending them a postcard, that cost me 55 cents, and then some of them will send me, those cards, just a blank card, and they want me to sign it, and then they put it on all your pictures and sell the pictures,
Yes, right. There you go.
I said, I never signed those cards. Sorry. I said,
By the way, when we're in studio and on the table is your book, which I love. I've read it twice. You did such a good job with that. It is a great book. All right, listen, Jim, here's the thing. I've been waiting for a long time, right? And here we go. Vince McMahon